So we're going to start by going to our preferences, and in the add-ons, search for extra. You're going to have to enable the extra mesh and extra curves add-ons. You can then press A and then X to delete everything in the scene, and then Shift A, and we're going to come to mesh and then go to extras and then choose wall factory. You can open up this menu, and this is going to be the base of the bridge. So we don't want any openings, so uncheck that. But we are going to have a shelf. Okay, and this is going to be the pavement or the sidewalk. So just put that to the side and then increase the height. And just start it at the bottom there. And just increase the height all the way to the top. Okay, nice. And I'm actually also going to increase the width a bit. And decrease the depth. That's looking pretty good. We can now tab into edit mode and then press F2. Apologies, F3 to search and search for randomize. So that's going to kind of make things look a bit more natural. I'm then going to add a bevel modifier, and that's starting to look pretty good. So I'm just going to rotate this. If you rotate and then type 90, sorry, actually rotate and type 180, then there you go. We're just starting by making half of the bridge. So press 7 to go to the top view, and then Shift A, and I'm going to add a plane. This is going to be the balustrade. So tab into edit mode and just make this kind of fill the space. Then come down here and add a loop cut. Just gonna stick that there. Like that. And then add another loop cut down the middle. Like so. In face select then, select these two faces, press E to extrude them up. Then select in edge select, you can just bring that up a bit like so. And then in face select again, select these two, and these are going to be one of the posts. So press E and extrude that up. And then come to bevel and just bevel the top. Nice. Now we're going to go back to 7 to go to the top view. And I'm going to Shift A. This time I'm going to add, we'll do another plane. This is going to be the sort of handrail area. So you just want to tab into edit mode, and then in edge select, you can arrange this so it's roughly the same width as the base. Nice. And then bring that up. In face select, press E again. And this looks kind of similar to the one below. So just add a loop cut. Select that face. And you don't have to bring it up as much. It's a bit less of a sharp angle. I'm also going to just select these two faces and then scale them in a bit. There you go, that looks okay. Then 7 again to go to the top view. Now we're going to add a little more detail. So this little block is going to be these kind of central posts. So that's going to be a little bit smaller than the main jobby. And just select that face, you know, bring it up, etc., etc. What you want to do here is add 2 loop cuts because they have this kind of detailing to them. So then in face select mode, hold Alt and select the loop, then press Alt E, choose extrude faces along normals. Just extrude that in like that. In fact, this one can also, it could also get that treatment. Hold Alt, hold Alt, hold Alt and select, and then Alt E, extrude faces along normals. Nice. And then just Control C, Control V to copy that post. And it's starting to take shape, but you have this wrought iron kind of squiggly, circly spiral. So to do that, Shift A and come to curves, and then you should now have these spiral curves. We're going to choose the Archimedean. You see it there. Increase the radius growth and increase the turns to 2. We can then rotate that 90 degrees. And we're just going to scale it down. Yeah, scale it right down and rotate it a little bit. Now just select these endpoints and bring them down because we want to kind of straighten out the end of it. Okay, nice. Not quite straight. It will do. And it's not where it should be. If you, underneath escape, you can bring up this menu, which lets you kind of flick between different views. Right click on the curve and set origin to geometry, and then just line that up in the center there. We're now going to generate a mirror modifier. Choose the Z-axis, tab into edit mode, press A to select everything, and then bring that up like that. And now in the data, come to geometry and increase the depth. Cool. I'm just going to tweak this a little bit because it's coming up a bit high and we need room there. Because we're going to generate an array and this will not work. It won't be able to kind of loop and repeat properly. So you can sort that out like that, bring that up to there, and then you can change wall and decrease the top. And then just copy that number and paste it into the height of the shelf. gonna look quite right, but nice. Select your spirals, right click and convert to mesh. Then select everything and press Ctrl J to join it. Then we're going to generate an array. Set the X factor to 0 and increase the Y 0.95. And then I'm also going to generate a mirror modifier. Tab into edit mode, press A to select everything, and then just move that so that they meet in the middle. And we can center that back in our scene. And then we can just increase the count of that array if we want to. We're now going to add a bridge. So press A to select everything, then H to hide. And then Shift A, Extras, Wall Factory. And here, if you have curve selected, you can add this little kind of bridge. Go back to Mesh, go back to Extras, and choose Wall Factory again. We don't want a shelf anymore, but we do want an opening, because here we're going to build our tower. So in the opening, you can just increase the bottom and the width and the height. And now I'm going to add a modifier. We'll choose deform, simple deform, choose bend and choose the Z axis. And then you can increase simple deform, choose bend and choose the Z axis, then increase the angle. Nice. Shift A again. We're going to add another wall factory. Get rid of the opening and choose radial. And then just scale that down, because that's going to be the floor of our tower. Okay, and now for the roof. I'm just going to go to the top view again. You can select all this and press H to hide it. Then Shift A. I'm going to add a plane. Scale it up a little bit. Tab into edit mode. Select the top and scale that down. Now I'm going to generate a solidify modifier, preset to about 0.3, and then generate a subdivision surface modifier. Change the levels in viewport to 2. Yeah, I just need to increase the thickness a bit more. Okay, right click, convert to mesh, and then tab into edit mode, press A to select everything, and move it down. I'm now going to generate 2 array modifiers. The second one, increase the Y factor and the X factor, and set the X factor to 0 and decrease the Z factor a little bit. And then you can increase both counts to around 8. I'm now going to press Shift A and add a curve, just a circle curve. Rotate that 90 degrees, and then add to your roof, deform curve and select that curve as the target. And then with the curve selected, tab into edit mode and press S to scale it out. And then press Ctrl T to rotate it around like that. Then with your roof and your curve selected, press Ctrl P to parent them. I'm going to press 7 to go to the top view, Shift A, and I'm going to add a cylinder. Tab into edit mode. This is going to be the exposed handle of the torch. So I'm just going to press E, then S, then E, and basically do this all the way up. So extrude again, and then S to scale that top bit out, and E again, and E then S, scale that down, and then that's going to be the inside. Nice. And I've made it a little bit stumpy, but that's no problem. Press Alt to select that edge loop. Just bring that up a bit. Add some kind of details there. Alright, and then Alt again to select this edge loop. We are going to bevel this. Bevel it and scroll. And then choose a custom. Choose one of the presets. Go with that. Very cool. Right, now Shift A to add a mesh. Sorry, add a curve. And we're going to add another one of those spiral curves. So it should have saved the data there. And you just have to rotate that 90 degrees. Good. Rotate it again. Scale it down. And arrange it. This is going to be the kind of support for the torch against the wall. Just rotate your, actually not yet. In. And then I'm going to do something similar where I'm going to do Shift A, curve. I'm going to do a path. So then this is going to be the kind of top part that they have these spikes that keep the fire in. And then you can tab into edit mode here, and you want this to be a kind of S shape. Then with this bottom one selected, you can press E. And I'm just going to rotate the spiral curve 180 degrees and bring that back there. You can right click and set origin to geometry. Makes it a little bit easier to deal with. And then just tab into edit mode and bring that final vertex down. Right, now it's time to add some thickness to these. So for that, you go to the data, and in geometry, you can extrude them. And add a bit of depth as well. With these selected, press A and then Control T, and you can then rotate that round like that. And then we're going to do the same here. So extrude it, and then right click, convert to mesh. Now tab into edit mode, add a loop cut here, and select that edge and bring it out to form a spike. Just going to move this out a little bit. And now with the handle or the base of the lantern selected, I'm going to add 2 more loop cuts here to form a kind of structural band. So then Alt select that, then Alt E, extrude along normals, extrude that out, and we're just going to bring this one in so it's also covered by the band. Nice. You can also make sure that's converted to a mesh as well. Now I'm going to go 7 to go to the top view, tab into edit mode, A to select everything, and then choose spin. Spin that round like this. You can change the number of steps, but I'm happy with 12. I'm now going to add a cylinder. Scale that up and move it up. So this is going to be a band around the spikes. So make it a bandy shape and delete faces. You can then generate a solidify modifier here, increase the thickness a bit, and then Control C, Control V to copy that, scale it up. You can add another one here. Okay, so now I'll just select all these and join them together. And then you might want to also rotate it. We can now press Control H to unhide things in our scene. Now we're going to have to do some arranging. So get your tower,